boys, though the Lord may only know who that might be. Tonight, we play the history of Tom Jones, the founder. Oh, set your mind at rest. I am not ordinarily an actor. I am your humble servant, Coyne, schoolmaster, surgeon, barber. I tell the story of Tom Jones because I know the facts, and because I have some small part, because I'm told I have the wit to address such a large and distinguished audience as yourself. But wit is a necessity, barber. Our story takes place 200 years ago, in a world that was indeed wicked, body and essential, short of time like any other. As I found reflections, I have endeavored to ponder the more indelicate passages of this history. Tom Jones was born, or rather found, in Somersetshire, one of the green counties of England, in the home of Squire Hall. This is the Squire's sister. She is a maiden lady of uncertain age. She is to be commended for her good qualities rather than her beauty.
I thank heaven I have not the beauty of the ladies of fashion. Beauty is a woman to misfortune.
Have no fear. And this is the Squire himself, returned late from a journey of so months.
Well, thank heavens for my safe return from London, for I can honestly say that I've made much as I do in the country, for my wisdom, my godliness, and my money.
Welcome home, brother.
Oh, thank you, sister.
The Squire, exhausted, I'm exhausted, retired immediately to his bedchamber, from which instantly issued a great cry.
Merciful heavens!
Brother, what happened? What happened to the master? I don't know, brother. What is it?
In my room, a baby!
A baby? Ah, Squire, wherever has it come from?
From our kiddo.
Congratulations.
Nonsense, the child's not mine.
Well, it's not. But maybe on his soul, so the life can take it all the same.
What's to be done?
Put it in a basket and lay it at the churchwoman's door. It is a good night, huh? Only a little bit of wind and rain. 2 to 1 is to be found in the morning. But it is a sweet child.
Must belong to one of the servants. One of the younger servants. Who else could have put it in my room?
But which one? Polly. Catherine. Jenny.
Which one indeed?
Jenny Jones, Almore. Jenny Jones? Yes. Did she walking out with the schoolmaster? Mrs. the portrait.
That is a lie!
The whole village knows you and me.
I was only teaching her Greek and Latin.
What need had a scullery maid of Latin and Greek?
A knowledge of the classics improves the meanest soul.
Bring Jenny Jones to me.
It's true, Jenny is a scullery maid, but she has a good, inquiring mind.
I'm afraid she's inquired a bit too far this time, sir. Jenny Jones, are you the mother of that child?
Yes, sir.
Don't deny it.
I am not, sir. I brought it to you hoping you would give us a good home. Your kindness, sir, and your money are known throughout the county.
But who's the father?
I promised you faithfully. One day you'll know, but I am able to spell him so I can conceal his name at this time.
I demand to know.
Speak for me, madam. Brother, I entreat you to help this unfortunate girl. Your perhaps she tend to be most faithfully in illness, which struck me while you were away.
Oh, for my dear sister's sake, and with the generosity for which I'm so well known, I'll give you the money to escape your ruined reputation, leave the county and start a new life elsewhere.
Thank you, sir.
And as for the child, I shall provide for him in a better manner than you could ever hope to do.
You are too good, sir. Too good. Ah, you are so good, brother.
Yes, and as for the schoolmaster, have him thrown out of the school and run out of the county, rather than strung up by his thumbs.
I was innocent, as you shall soon see. All right, take this chair away from here. But due to the Squire's goodness, I was banished from the county anyway, and I lost my little school, and I was reduced to becoming a surgeon and a barber, and I pulled a tooth every now and then, just in a big body and soul together. But my part returns to the story later. The Squire called the baby Jones after Jenny, and Tom after Shortly after I was banished, a certain Captain Clifton became the guest of Squire Hallward, and fell in love with his host's sister. He was certainly a gallant captain, for she was older than him, and to put it delicately, not the fairest of her sex.
Well.
You can only skin deep and fade as a pluck rose. Deeper qualities such as money and property last forever.
And so they were married. And a year later, blessed with a fine, bouncing baby boy. Not long after, though, tragedy struck the good captain, who died of epilepsy or an apoplexy, depending upon which doctor. Goodbye, Captain Little. But, you may go. Remember, there are no small parts, only small acts. The two boys grew to manhood. The father was little, a serious, studious boy, who saved all of his money and became the most virtuous man in the county, as he was the first to me.
Sir Francis Bacon, 1561 to 1626, once said, "Nobility commonly evades industry." I, of course, have proved it wrong.
Well, the entirely parentless Tom was a cheery fellow, more home in the field than was who wasted his money in buying food for the starving village.
Oh, I'm a lucky fellow. The world is too good to me. Only.
The squire engaged two gentlemen, educated his nephew in his ward, the Reverend Mr. Thwacker, a gentleman of great learning and a severe disciplinarian.
Human nature. The perfection of all virtue.
And Mr. Square, a philosopher.
The human mind, since the fall, is nothing but a sink of iniquity.
Their contrary teachings do not confuse their pupils, for Blithful learned everything, and could easily discourse on either side, pleasing both of his tutors.
God is love.
Yes.
Science is all. Quite.
While Tom listened to neither.
Hey, naughty, naughty, hey, naughty, naughty, hey, naughty, naughty, no.
On the estate next to Squire Allworthy, there lived a Mr. Weston, a gentleman much given to horses, hounds, and hunting.
Tally-ho!
He was a good friend of Tom's, who had assisted him in a matter concerning poaching.
Over there, sir. Got him. That's the last person death one for mine, preserve.
He was a welcome guest at Mr. Weston's table. Weston often declared,
Tom Jones will make a great man of any encouragement. I wish I had some of his parts.
however, Mr. Weston had no son. He had a lovely daughter, Sophia.
A sweet girl. I wouldn't trade her for the best pack of hounds in England.
She was beautiful and honest, and she played the pianoforte and sang beautifully.
Believe me, for those endearing young times.
Beautifully for a girl educated in the country. Sophia's mother was long since dead, and Mr. Weston had occasional assistance in the rearing of his daughter from his sister, Miss Weston, who, though a Londoner by preference, made frequent visits to the country to instruct her niece in the manners of the world of fashion.
I am well versed in all the arts which fine ladies use, and they desire to give encouragement or to conceal liking. I have instructed my niece in the whole wrong appendage of smile. Ooh, Lord. Glances.
Surely you can imagine 3 horses for me. Miss Sophia lost control of her horse, and young Tom gave chase. He leaped off his horse. Lady called fear. Delicacy forbids that I overhear what's called.
Why, Tom, you saved my life.
I cannot take such liberty.
If I had saved you, I am sufficiently repaid. It would cost me great misfortune than I suffered on this occasion.
What misfortune?
It's nothing, I've broken my arm.
Your arm.
Do not concern yourself, no doubt it will heal. Try to compare to what I feared might happen to you. But you have a small scratch in your forehead. It must be attended to. I have a right arm yet at your service to help you to your father's house.
What, Sophie? Are you all right?
Yes, Mr. Jones saved me, but he's broken his arm.
Save my girl? I love you dearly, boy! Ah! What? Does it hurt?
You thank me.
I'm glad it's no worse. Come back to our house, boy, and if your arm's broken, we'll get the barber to join in here.
We have no horses, and Mr. Jones is injured. Can you not send the carriage back for us?
Oh, no, I pray you do not trouble yourself. It's probably 2 miles to the house and such a lovely day. I'd rather walk.
I have just come from the room. The surgeon's finished with Mr. Jones, and Mr. Jones begs me to tell you of him. Oh, Honor, is he not the most handsome man you've ever seen in your life? Certainly the handsomest man without hands. It's true, he is misborn, but when he smiles, he seems almost noble. Yes, I could tell your ladyship something, but I'm afraid it might offend. About Mr. Jones? Prithee, tell me. I will not this instant. Why, madam, when I entered the room where Mr. Jones and the surgeon were, I had with me this very muff, your ladyship being witness. And to be sure, Mr. Jones took it up and kissed it. I hardly ever saw such a kiss in my life. And what did he say? He screamed in pain. Screamed! The surgeon called his arm. But then he said it was the prettiest love in the world. I suppose he did not know it was mine. Oh, lost, I said, you've seen it 100 times. Yes, he cried, but who can see anything beautiful in the presence of your lady but herself? Oh, Tom, I hope your ladyship won't be offended. Or to be sure, he meant nothing by it. No, nothing, of course. Honor, my new mother is odious. It is too big for me. I can't bear it. Till I get another, you must let me have my old one again, and you have it. And it gives your ladyship pleasure. Oh, Tom! Tom!
Yes?
Oh! Mr. Jones, are you well?
Never better, madam.
Your arm?
Slight but painful sprain. No doubt will heal.
You must sit down.
Oh, no.
You would lessen my obligation. And having twice missed your life.
Twice?
And you have forgotten the day before I went to stay with my aunt in London. The day when you first took in Squire Allworthy to my father's house. You brought me a bird which you captured from its nest. A beautiful bird who sang so sweet.
I remember.
In that instant, I loved the bird. And then young Blifil threw some misguided sentiment, set it free. In that instant, I hated Blifil. The bird flew to a topmost branch beside the wood. You slipped off your coat, climbed the tree, recapturing my little bird. And then the branch broke, and you fell with it to the stream.
My only sorrow is that the water is not deep enough, that I might have given my life for you.
Oh no, I will not affect to misunderstand you. I understand you too well. But for heaven's sake, if you have any affection for me, let me retire to my room before the excitement or strong words of cause brings my heart back quite out of my breast.
I fear I said too much.
Too much. Too little. And well. Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones! They sent you must return to Squire Owen. He's taken ill, thinking the end is near.
Your humble servant.
Dear friend, my doctor tells me I'm in danger of leaving here shortly. No, do not sorrow, lass. It is truly the best of life. See, my friend's unwilling to part with me. So I wanted to say a few things about my will. To you, dear friend Quackham, I've left £1,000.
£1,000?
You all well know my only fault's generosity. And you, Mr. Square, a like son.
Dear Warden, Wackham?
How wonderful is your wish to share with your friend in sorrow as well as in joy. And you, Tom, I've left £500 here, plus £1,000 cash.
You are too good to me, sir. And I assure you how much your generosity makes me regret this melancholy occasion. And my friends, my father.
Hush up! Start all those nasty rumors again. And you, nephew Biffle, I've left the rest of my estate, say £500 a year, which is to revert to you after the death of your mother.
Why does my mother need £500 a year?
You are most welcome. Now leave all, I grow weary.
But what about us? I worked for the old Skinsman for 25 years.
Oh yes, I'm my faithful servant. You'll find a list of bequests in of you for my servant, which I'm sure you'll bestow upon them.
Certainly.
Hello! Is anyone within? Squire Allworthy? Curse me, awful. Living message when I have no time. Squire Allworthy?
I can see no one.
I am Justice Down. I have important business with you in very little time.
You have more time than I have, sir.
I bring an urgent message.
See to it, nephew.
£1,000 an outrage.
An insult, nothing but my extreme poverty can prevail upon me accepting it.
Don't stop to thank me, friends. Now, leave all, I grow weary.
And how is my patient this afternoon?
Miserable.
Stingy.
What is health? His symptoms?
Doctor, they're all bad.
I have settled for bringing this road or the next.
Merciful heaven. This morning is only complaint to severe chills. I must go, sir. I am a servant judge in the court program of Lincoln Bar since yesterday. Give me to being a bearer of that contact. Your servant, sir. My horse! Quickly! Saddle my horse!
What further unhappy news?
Oh, gentlemen! My dear mother! Oh!
Not dead.
I'm dead. And so, returning home from London, she was seized by a severe gout in the head and stomach, which carried her off. Oh, like the snap of a finger! Unhappy woman. Yes, never to enjoy her £500 a year.
You must try to be good for her.
Yes, she wanted that way. Oh! Say ah!
A very pretty town. See your pulse.
2, 4, 6,
8, and a very lively beat. Your heart.
But doctor, his heart is on the left.
How unusual. Ah, yes, there it is. For a moment I feared the worst. The crisis is past, you'll be quite all right.
What this pain in my side?
Pains within the left side are merely vagueness and signify nothing.
My pain's on the right side.
Ah, the right side. That's what we in medicine call right side vagueness. They signify even less. You see, fortnight's rest in bed, some bread soaked in wine every 3 hours, and a little chicken soup. You'll be right as rain before the month is out.
But this morning you told me I was dying.
We all die a little every day, but I performed another of my miracles, playing that unhappy event for many years, I trust. Thank you, Captain, for modern medicine.
Think he's all right?
Completely. All he needs is rest.
Hey, Dave! Doctor, we just have a statue erected to you. He's well, the squire's well. Banish the long faces, he's well.
Mr. Jones, your behavior is offensive. We're mourning.
We'll mourn no longer, the squire lives. It's the happiest day ever.
Sir, you are indecent.
Definite idiot.
My dear mother has gone to her reward. Oh!
I beg your pardon. My joy is quite always recovery was so excessive. I had not heard of your loss. Allow me to offer my condolences.
It's no wonder, Mr. Jones, the loss of one parent is so little of a question mark. Seeing as from the moment of your birth you have lacked a birth.
Found you for a rascal! You refused my hand and insult me as the misfortune of my birth?
I insult you, sir. I merely call you what you are.
Careful here.
A foul.
That's all right.
Oh, sir!
I've been on the monthly.
He saved her! Jones has saved my girl! That's twice a day!
It was nothing.
Keep coming round.
Yes.
You're bruised. Your face is red, and I think your lips are.
It's nothing but a healthy workout. You're pale. And by your leave, sir, I shall escort her to the garden. Fresh air shall restore her.
Sounds you're a good lad! The preserver of my Sophie!
But how is this fire?
Quite well, he's resting in his room. Miss Weston.
Pray, brother, if you don't observe something very extraordinary in my niece just now.
What? Is anything the matter with the girl? Tell me at once! You know I love her more than my own soul. I shall send to the world's end for the best physician.
Nay, dear brother, you misinterpret me. I meant, I feel my niece to be most desperately in love.
In other words, acquainting me, I'll disinherit her! I'll throw her out of doors naked without a farthing!
But surely you would not turn your own daughter when you love better than your own soul. Out of doors before you know better, you approve of her choice.
No. If she loves the man I want her to, she may love whom she pleases.
Spoken like a sensible man. And I believe she's chosen the very person you would choose for her.
But who is the man?
Little.
Bills!
Did she not faint away
Sophie's made a good choice. He's the adjoining land. Little is the perfect estate to marry. But what would you like?
I think you should propose the match to Allward immediately.
But what if he refuses?
Fear not, the match is too advantageous.
I don't know. Allward is a queer guy. The money means little to him.
Brother, I think you're a perfect goat. Do you think Allworthy has more contempt for money because it professes more?
I never thought of it. I'll speak to him now and bring Little back with me.
And I shall inform my niece.
Tally-ho!
Oh, Allworthy! You're looking fit as a hell of a cheese! Hello, Ben. What think you of my daughter?
Would you mind not bouncing on my bed?
Zeus! Curse me for a clumsy oath!
Please lower your voice.
I'm not a sporting man, you understand? I do not take to the fashions away, but I say what I mean. What think you of a match between my daughter and your nephew?
How very advantageous. He'd combine our estates. She's charming, girl, charming. Send Mr. Blibble with me.
And so, Sophia, though you have tried to hide your feelings, your clever ought to see through you. In a word, I know you are in love. Oh, madam, blush not, my gentle Sophia. Your father and I entirely approve of your choice. Your bosses will swear Allward in proposing the match. Now? You knew the impetuosity of my brother's temper. As soon as I acquainted him with your passion, which I discovered the moment that you fainted, he went to Allworthy. He should be back with your lover within 5 minutes. You are to put on all your best airs. 5 minutes? Dear, oh, you frighten me out of my senses. You'll soon come to yourself again, dear. He's a charming young man. That's the truth of it. Nay, I admit, I know none with such perfections. So brave, and yet so gentle, so witty, yet so inoffensive, so humane, so civil, so handsome. Yes, yes, true, true. What does it signify that he is base-born? 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 What do you mean calling Mr. Blibble base-born? Mr. Blibble! Yes, Blibble! Who else have we been talking? Mr. Jones, I thought. Mr. Jones? Is it possible you can disgrace your family by allying yourself with a family? I wonder you have the courage to admit it to my face. You tricked this admission from me, madam. I intended to carry my thoughts of Mr. Jones with me to May's grave. I'd rather follow him in his grave along than to alter with Mr. Jones. Oh, heavens! Your father will probably send the dope on you. And this is really angry. Then he might do worse. I beseech you not to tell us. I will keep your secret on one condition. That you see them. That you are civil to them. And that you regard him as a person who is to be your husband. Otherwise, let my brother do his worst. I am forced to agree. But will he not speak to my father and try to change his mind? To be Mrs. Blibble is to be the unhappiest woman alive! No, Sophia. On the contrary. I will do all I can to put your honor out of the care of your family. Remember, marriage has saved many a woman from ruin. I go now to raise up little Miss Cat. Metaphorically speaking.
Dear uncle, unhappy news. My dear mamma is lost upon the road to London.
Lost? Bridget? Oh, your mother's an excellent needlewoman, but she has no sense of direction.
Not lost upon the road, lost to this world.
Oh, how very unfortunate.
Right. She should never have gone to London. The air has left her stronger body.
London is not to blame. Remember, she died in the country upon leaving London.
It was London, I say.
We will mourn Mrs. Blibble later. To the matter at hand, my doctor says I must have rest.
Right, let's get home.
No, Have you? You've thought of marrying?
No.
I'm glad to hear it. Our neighbor here, Mr. Weston, has offered you his daughter Sophie in marriage. I, of course, have accepted.
But uncle, I'm too young to marry. Oh, too recently bereaved.
Nonsense. It'll make a man out of you.
I say, Sophia is reason as a partridge.
She pays and sings with a true voice.
Oh, she is charming and sweet.
She writes near as good as any man.
She is very, very rich.
Uncle, you shall in all things do what gives you pleasure.
Good. I'll tell Sophie it's
Good. My doctor says I must have rest. Have you?
Ah, Sophie girl, no tears, none of your baby shares. My sister has told me all.
Did my husband betray me? I am undone.
You betrayed yourself, girl, thinking like a very woman. And now crying because you're going to marry the man you love. Ah, women are all alike. Your mother, I remember, whipped in wine when we were wed. 24 hours later, it was all over. She rarely made a sound again. Let's cheer up. Mr. Blifford is a brisk young man and will soon put an end to your squeamishness.
Clifford. She told you not Clifford.
Right, I'll bring him to you. Oh! Let's get hold of it. Here, Miss Girl.
It's Sophia.
Yes.
My uncle has informed me that he and your father have decided we should be wed. I'm most pleased.
Your emotion overwhelms me.
The thought of our future bliss, I fear, has roused the very beast.
Now, sir, you are forward. You shock me.
Oh, I wish only to express my joy, if I may so put it, of the merging of our souls and our states.
You take too many liberties, sir.
I beg your pardon.
Leave me now, lest the passion I feel should begin to overcome me.
Passion?
Let us just say passion. Leave now.
Sir.
Well, she's mad about me. Ah, Sophie girl. Ask what you will. Dresses, furs, livestock. I have no fortune but to make you happy.
No! I cannot live with Mr. Blifford.
Cannot live with Bliffle? Then die! He pumps on you!
I hate and detest him.
No matter how much you detest him, you shall have him. I am resolved, and unless you consent, I will throw you starving into the streets. Has Miss Weston recovered? Recovered? Aye, from her fainting fit she's recovered, but now she's gone quite mad! Mad? How can that be? So mad, so willful, she would disobey the sweetest, most generous, most understanding man in the whole country. She will not marry Bliffle! Marry Bliffle? Is that what you wish? I'm in too great a passion to speak. I shall walk by the stables. The smell of the horses may calm me. Oh, Tom Jones, my good companion on many a hunt. Go, prithee, talk to her. See what you can do. Oh, ingratitude! Oh, disobedience! She's just like her mother! Oh, Sophie, I know. Your cruel brothers took me on and sent me hither to you.
Sent you to me?
Plead with you for my odious rival, Bliffle. Forgive me for mentioning his name.
It is his person I object to, not his name. What's in a name? That which we call garbage by any other name would spell.
Sophia, in a moment will you be torn apart forever. Nothing less than this cruel occasion could it be brave enough to speak.
What would you say?
Promise me you'll never marry Bliffle.
Never?
And now that I may hope,
What help can I bestow? My own ruin will be the consequence of my disobedience. And think of the ruin this bring on you. Should I comply with your desire?
I love you.
Oh no! Fly from me forever! And avoid your
Fear no destruction, the loss of my Sophia. I can never part from you. will not part with you.
You left my niece alone, Joe?
Maybe he can persuade her to marry Blizzard.
Oh, with Gothic ignorance! You country elf! You poet swine! Tis Joan she loves!
Jones! I'll have his heart! Sophie! Scoundrel! I want satisfaction of you! I will let you better than you ever lived in your life!
I will not raise my hand against the father of Sophia.
What? Serpent? Swine? You perfect villain! You don't have cowardice to many other faults!
What's this?
What's all this bother?
What's this? What's a trial? There's too much noise, the doctor says I must have rest.
A nasty piece of work! My daughter has fallen in love with your family! She can't marry Jerry if you haven't the penny.
Spoken like a true romantic.
She'd be dragged down to the very gutter where she married that family. Who, though I managed to conceal the fact that you dear uncle, is the worst person in this world.
Has done worse than I know. Tell me, I demand you.
Wild horse could not drag the truth from me, dear uncle, but I must obey you in all things. Well, what's he done? Spit it out! Well, beyond his many counts of poaching. Poaching? That's not true! And beyond his eyeing of witches in the village.
I never loved before.
Oh, you did. You yourself there just stole, and I, his dear gentleman, were in tears. He filled the house with riot and debauchery.
He's lying! Lying!
He sang and roared.
I sang in happiness at your recovery, dear protector.
When I gave him a gentle hint of the indecency of his actions, he fell into a violent passion, swore many oaths, and struck me.
You struck him?
Yes,
But of course I forgave him, for I've always loved him like a brother. But it grieves me such to admit him a crooked wretch.
you lie!
I believe it! How safely little!
Kid, listen to your name!
Never saw my heart!
And you were locked in your room until then, with nothing but bread and water. Take her up, sister.
And you, sir, to whom I've shown the kindness, generosity, and fairness, for which I'm renowned. No, This is how my charity's repaid.
So I must follow my heart leads me. I love Sophia.
Remember your birth, sir! You could have held the effrontery to have above your suspicion.
I'm resolved to banish you from her side and mine.
No! Do not exile me from the company of the two human beings which I love most in this world.
You will leave my house immediately. Never return.
Very fair. Very yes.
Get her out of here!
Farewell, Sophia. Try to forget me. Farewell. Where can I go? Where's the deepest, darkest, dirtiest hell where I can live out the rest of my miserable life? The deepest degradation. There's only one choice. I'll go to London. Farewell, Sophia. It's lovely.
Stand to argue with me, child. Most considerably those Socrates, not asking your opinion, but only informing your mind. But I have a question to pursue your opinion.
she hears the way you speak to me.
It is impossible! Impossible that your value is this poor!
A country boy, madam, who gets to the heart of the matter with none of your London shilly-shally. As for you, daughter, you marry Blifil tomorrow!
Tomorrow?
Remain locked in your room with nothing but bread and water until then. Come there, Socrates. What's that?
My lady supper, a scrap of yesterday's roast.
I said bread and water. Take this. See that you return it to me when she's finished.
She should have enough for her complexion.
4.
Oh, honor, I am undone. What will happen to me? I suppose in the end, my lady, you'll marry Mr. Blifil. What is that? Your supper, my lady. And if not Blifil, there's not a man in this county or the next who would not try to take his place. Oh, honor, you don't understand. It's not a question of who put Mr. Blifil to marry. It's a question of how to marry Mr. Jones. Honor, is this the Yes, I should return it to your father when you finish your bread and water. I'm come to a resolution. I shall follow Mr. Jones to London. London? Lord, madam, how do you know he went there? Where else is there? Brighton? Your country? Quiet. You sound like a crier for a stagecoach line. Has your ladyship not to marry Mr. Fordyce who hunted with your father in spring? I shall go to Lady Bellaston's in London. She's a relation of mine who has often made me come and stay with her. Once there, it will be easy to find Mr. Jones. He's a handsome man, Mr. Fordyce. Be quiet. I was not queen of Rome. We? Oh, never, Mr. Preston would have me hand for some daughter. Honor, I have some money and some few jewels. I will reward you to the very utmost of my power. The utmost. The utmost. Cloudman, and how can I refuse the sweetest, dearest, most generous mistress in the world? I know where we can hire a carrot in the next village. Oh, my gentle honor. And perhaps I'll steal one of my father's pistols. And perhaps one of the silver plate. No. I go to Mr. Jones as a future wife, not as a hireling. Well, if you're determined, it'll all be in summer. We can sneak quietly out of the house. What say you to my Lord Hampton? Nonsense! Oh, heaven protect us on this venture. Oh, my mother! The very mother that Mr. Jones has kissed. Personally.
Hey, I warrant you forgot I was here. I beg your pardon. I was supposed to introduce myself, but I was detained back there by important matters of business.
You did!
Now, my love, not in front of all these people. Servants, take away these things. Well, here we are in part 2 of our story. I call it The Journey, because it is a part where Tom travels from Somersetshire to London. Well, let's see, all set. They've forgotten the tree. I warn you, you don't have to do everything for your section. You see, they've forgotten the tree. Without the tree, how are you supposed to know it's out in the open air? But you just can't get decent help in these terrible times. Well, this is a road, the hope. At night. There's Jones. He's been walking for quite a while. He's had a lot of adventures, but they really aren't important to the story, so I say. You see, the fellow who wrote this, Mr. Field, wrote a whole lot that he didn't need. 850 pages. Heavens, that's a lot of caution.
Notice that the loveliest creature in the universe can have her eyes set on that very moon which I beheld at this instant. Oh, how I wish the moon was the looking glass twice so clear was placed before it.
Aww.
Nobody in your life. Oh, sir! I am
fire.
Aha! Shadow! Put that thing down. We're in the danger of the firearm. You're supposed to be a defenseless woman who easily surrender her jewels. I did everything my master taught. I hit you on the horse, stopped you, pulled you from his left down the road. Two of my first job, and I was the best apprentice at the school.
It was nothing. I've had more accidents these last few days than ever in my life. You ruined your dress. Oh, Grandma, I do not believe that anyone could have more loved it than you do now. How came you in such a predicament?
My name is Mrs. Waters. My husband,
Oh, you're married.
widowed.
I beg your pardon.
Not at all. It's not so long ago. He died. It must be Widow's Tuesday.
I don't.
Oh, do not think me indifferent in heart, sir. I have not seen my husband these last 7 years. He was a captain in the army.
He died in the service of his king.
Oh, no, sir. He died in Brighton, of old racing. He was always too fond of seafood. There, that will do until we can find a surgeon.
Where can I escort you that you may find another gown?
Oh, sir, I believe this is in the outing. Just over the hill.
You will permit me.
Oh, how gallant you are. It is so long years since I last saw my husband.
You may have left it. Oh, I'd be so embarrassed to go back without my pistol. Curse this darkness.
The coachman said he was this way. Just over the still bed. It's cruel that we couldn't walk. Oh, it's only a few steps. The bridge was out and the coach too large for this path.
Your money or your life!
What? But you don't even have a firearm. As always, you've got to know Lord Chatsworth for this outside Tunbridge bread. Honor, you're making my head ache. Oh, sir, is this the road to the deductive?
Your money or your life!
Stop it! Pay no attention to him, dear man. He has no weapon and can do you no harm. That voice. Are you not some real Western? Why, do you believe? Harriet! Harriet Fitzpatrick! Dear, dear cousin. Oh, Sophia, what a fortune it is. Indeed delightful.
What do I do wrong?
But I have not seen you since your marriage. Oh, that unhappy day. Sophia, I have run away from Mr. Fitzpatrick.
Oh, run away from your husband. That's an immorality for you.
But you wrote that he was handsome, gallant, and charming. And so he was, until that fatal I do. And overnight he changed from Prince Charming into a dreadful dragon. So very jealous, he changed me my room and made me only for a continuance. Oh, Sophia, he was the very picture of a brave young Irishman.
You've only yourself to blame, madam. What sensible English girl marries an Irishman?
Our conversation is private, sir. I entreat you to go on about your business.
Very well. Hoity-toity. Follow my pistol.
So, after you run halfway through with fortune, I ran away. But I fear that he's following me lately. I hope to beg protection from your aunt and father. My aunt? My father? And Lucy, Harriet, accompanied in an uptick. And you should make a better plan.
Aha! Eureka! Ladies! Wait, ladies, I'm ready now!
Young man, what moment, sir?
Your money or your life!
Don't threaten me, you flag, and I'll set my dogs on you! Have you seen a young gentlewoman pass this way?
I see three, my lord.
Which way do they go?
Wait, sir! Please, sir. May I have my pistol? was my father's and is of great sentimental value.
Be off with you! The learn a trade to which you are better suited.
I'll try once more. Once more. Your money or your life!
Ah, get out of there! Oh, the English are allowed to cut parsons and thieves!
Please, sir, put me down for your way, please.
Hey, stop clacking your tongue in your worthless head! Are you out to see a gentlewoman pass by?
I've seen three, my lord, and a lady.
Three, you say?
And a man, too. A man.
She's run off with a man that's been a part of an Eastern harem!
Sir!
What is it?
Would you mind putting me down, sir?
Ah, to the devil with you!
Oh, is ever a man so unlucky to find after years of study I'm unsuited to my trade. Perhaps I should have been a consul. I'm better tracked and trapped than I got already. Is someone coming? It's a lady. You're an old lady and she looks terribly fierce.
Julia! Come back here! Come over there, I say!
Mercy!
Have you seen any gentlemen on the path?
Two angry gentlemen went off on the road to an Upton. Most ferocious they were. One threw my pistol, a chasing some young woman they were.
Two, and chasing a girl. My brother with a pistol, and his ungovernable temper. Someone will come to harm tonight. Someone will be injured.
No, please. Here, take my purse. I beg you, there's only a few shillings. Go on your way in peace. Oh, England. What depths have you fallen, England? It's not safe for this honest man to be alone on the road tonight.
All right, get that tray out there. Leave the wall, you blockhead. Set up the interrupted. I do apologize. You know, I've searched all of England trying to find the most intelligent, hard-working people to help me here, but I seem to have come across a whole lot of these.
Service! You must have my dinner at once.
One moment, sir.
I'm a second judge and there's a court from both criminals awaiting me. I can delay no longer.
I'll be as quick as I can, sir.
This is the inner top. Pretty, isn't it? I designed it myself. And these are the doors leading to the sleeping chambers. You forgot the doors, you dunderhead! Come on. Can't keep the people waiting. Step it up, come on there. The gentlemen grow impatient. This was supposed to be done in the twinkling of an eye. In truth, I think it's a pretty effect. Well, it will suffice. The inner touch, and its gracious landlady, Mrs. White.
As my late husband used to say, I make put all the good I have ever got by being a landlady in my eye, and never see the worst for it. As my chambermaid Susan, worthless. Now get on with your work, hussy.
Hey there, my girl. We require 2 chambers and a bite
Come this way, sir.
Hey, Jane, where's that beggar wench going? I'll have no gypsies in my house.
Madam, was that a gentleman self-insulted?
She is no gypsy, but the widow of an officer in His Majesty's service.
An officer's widow, eh? She looks as if she came straight from the battlefield.
Ladies had a bit of an accident and wishes to purchase another gown if you have one to spare. We will pay well.
I now see that you are indeed gentle people, forgiven in such a thing. Two chambers of sovereign address, the best I have at your ladyship's service. You are most kind and quite inexpensive. Your ladyship step up to my chamber.
Willingly, but must I beg you, is there a surgeon in the neighborhood? This gentleman has been injured. Please beg you.
The best surgeon in the kingdom, sir, to watch you draw blood. It's poetry. If you should follow me, I'll take your luggage and send the surgeon. Partridge! Your service is required in the dining room!
See, I told you I'd come into the story. It picks up here. Anyone want a barber?
Not a barber, a surgeon.
Well, sir, it's all the same.
What is it?
If you please, sir, I will inspect your head. And when I see into your skull, I will give you my opinion of your case.
Well, the skull is not fractured.
Fractured? No, I think not. But fractures are not always the most dangerous thing. Not so, Susan.
Am I in danger then?
Who is there among us in the most perfect health who is not in the least bit in danger? Your hair wants cutting, sir.
Quite pretty. How do you remember which of your trades you practice?
Surgery is not a trade, it is a profession. Yes. You look as if you've come a long way, sir.
From Somersetshire.
Somersetshire. Have you heard of a certain Squire Allworthy?
Indeed. For last week I lived within the glow of the Squire's goodness.
Ah, yes. I remember the Squire's goodness. Anyway, pardon me for my inquisitiveness, but could you perhaps tell me your name?
Jones.
Jones.
Tom Jones.
Tom Jones, the son of Jenny Jones, the ward of Squire Allworthy.
It's very same, but Mr. Barber, Mr. Surgeon. Oh, Mr. Barber Surgeon. You seem to know me.
Yes. Have you heard of a certain Partridge, reputed by many to be the friend of Jenny Jones?
Why, yes.
I am that Partridge.
You? Partridge?
Nay, sir, I really set you free. I am not your father. I have not such a great honor. I absolve you from all filial duties. You are no son of mine.
Why are we squad?
Oh, so many thought the same, but I was only a friend to Jenny Jones. I taught her Greek and Latin.
What need of a servant to know Greek and Latin?
That's what they all say.
But then who's my father?
Only God or Jenny Jones can tell you that. But I have suffered enough as if I were indeed your father.
Oh, poor Barber Surgeon. I would be glad to make amends to you, but my own fortune is suddenly what I had with me when the Squire sent me away. I'm going out to London to sink into oblivion and pick up the dearest, sweetest girl a man ever knew. Miss Sophia Weston.
I thank you, sir. Allow me to attend you in this expedition. I want nothing but to leave this place and to travel with a man such as yourself. It would be an honor to be your servant.
I have nothing to offer. But you are welcome to share my poverty, and I shall be the richer for your company.
Thank you, sir. I shall pack my belongings and return at once.
What about my head? You have bandages?
Oh, no, sir. Let the air get to it. Let the wound breathe. It's nature's way.
I am very fatigued and would prefer to sit in my room if that is convenient.
Susan will fetch you a tray.
And prithee, inquire whether the young gentleman whom I arrive will join me.
Your servant.
poor wretch whose life I saved along the road. He seems to have taken a fancy to me. A young gentleman in on those ends, huh?
Your manners do you credit, sir. Go, sir. I shall be back at once.
A moment, sir. Was not the gentleman with whom you were just speaking, Tom Jones, the Water Squire Holloway?
He was, sir, but he is no more.
Oh?
Oh, it is a terrible story, sir. You see, my...
Oh, Sophia. It doesn't look very clean. Oh, Harriet. We are tired and hungry, and no cleanliness is next to godliness. It is next to impossible on the road to bed. This will do. Yes, sir, ladies. Have you 2 rooms? 2 clean rooms? Of course. Wait. I'm too exhausted to subject them. I shall go straight to bed. Good night. Good night, Harry.
And then Squire Allward, who was renowned for his goodness, stripped my innocent master naked, had him beaten, turned the dogs on him, and sent him out into the world without a father.
What? Allward did that? I should speak to Mr. Jones.
Oh, not now, sir. He said with the ladies.
Yes. Well, I advertise you, but your story has been later than it already was. That's been London an hour ago.
Don't worry, sir. With a good horse, you'll make it still.
Most excellent. I've had no food since morning.
You look very tempting.
Well, you're not eating.
I cannot manage a bite, but I can this time. Make free.
Delicious.
I have a very high opinion of you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
But why not? After all, you, a total stranger, saved me, a defenseless woman.
Draw some chivalry with me, madam.
But how few obey them? Is there something you wish to ask me?
No.
Come, say what's in your mind. Don't be shy.
Are you really not hungry?
I am now up to here. It's so nice to see a man who eats so well. I suppose all that food gives you that strong, muscular figure.
A man like me to keep up his strength.
I want you are very strong, and your face so sympathetic. Why, son, there is good nature hinted in your every glance.
Much better.
I believe you've left a bit of meat on this. Waste now. One chance.
No more, madam. What is there? Nothing that you wish?
I wish that you would wipe your fingers. Madam, what is your ladyship doing in this house? No! I hope my father has not overtaken us. No, madam, it is one of 100 fathers. Mr. Jones himself is here
Prepare to meet your maker!
How dare you, sir? The lady's the widow!
Not yet, she isn't. You'll have to make her so or I'll make myself a widower.
Cousin, I am terrified. I think I hear my husband's voice.
Do you know that man?
No!
Let me at her.
You blackguard, this is not your wife!
Do you insult me, sir?
Look, it's a lady!
Shouldn't you? She's not my wife at all.
Indeed, sir. You are quite mine.
Then why will you have to masquerade and as my wife?
This is a respectable house. I will have no brawling. Respectable? It is a private bedroom. And you, a witch, impudence! And to insult me from inside my own dress. And what will people think of me in the midst of a tavern brawl? But how's the gentlewoman? What her reputation?
You will apologize to the lady at once!
Never! You have both insulted me. I demand satisfaction of you, sir, and the man.
I'll give it you now!
I must deny myself the pleasure of killing ya. But I have found me wife. I know she's here. And I'll find her. By my soul, I will!
Kind sir, what must you think of me? So continually affronted by strange men.
He thinks you the gypsy that you are, madam.
Hey!
Hold your tongue, landlady!
I know you're ignorant, you know. Come out now. Come out, I say.
Oh, what further mischief! Susan, come help me, you worthless wretch!
Sir, do you know a man called Tom Jones is lodged at his inn?
I have the honor to be his servant.
Oh, I prithee, conduct me to his chamber at once.
Oh, possibly, madam. He is supping with the lady.
With the lady? Oh, no!
He's quite an amiable rogue, the way all the women chase after him.
All the women?
Oh, yes. This one is not a few days since he was obliged to leave Somersetshire, where a rich lady of fashion is Sophia Weston fell madly in love.
Sophia Weston! And now another! The can! Oh, perfidious love! He's here! My husband, Tom Jones. How happy my lady must be. Happy? He's supping with some hussy. He's not only a villain, he's a low, despicable wretch. Has my lady thought to marry Lord Dunby? He has a pretty wit, so they say. Never mention another man to me again. But I'm through with Arthur. Is the tone of his voice? I forgot to ask, but that doesn't matter. We're leaving. Get your things. Oh, no. Men would be such perfect beings. Had God not put women on this earth. Then where'd we be?
I swear I'll find her. Come out of there. Come out, I say.
No more of this! Susan, take her to the kitchen!
Are you here, then? Yes, sir, lady.
Get the coaching, calm down!
You're helping.
Leaving so soon, ladies!
Yes, that's my dream. Rosie.
There comes to that. Yes, there's one just leaving that connects to Salisbury.
Cousin, do let us leave before we meet heaven knows whom. I didn't want this anymore. The very month defiled by that scoundrel Jones, I would never want to see it again. Cousin, do let us leave. Wait. I'll just put my name in Lady Felliston's address in it. The villain is bound to see it, and then he will know that I know all. But you will also know where you are.
Good heavens! Sophia's mum, I know it anywhere. Partridge, this mum, where did it come from?
I know not, sir. Let me see. This was on the arm of the lady who asked for it.
Sophia, she was here? She asked for me?
And she would have disturbed you had I told her where you were.
She wanted me to bring her to me, you fool!
I told her you were engaged with the lady.
With the lady? Or am I done? Curse you for Willie Partridge. Where is she now?
Upon my life, I know not, sir.
Landlady! Landlady!
Sir!
You see the most beautiful creature in the world.
Indeed, sir, I saw the lady suffering.
No, not the one I mean was wearing this muff.
Oh, that most beautiful lady in the world. Yes, she's a mother lady, just left for London on the coach.
Left? Oh, Sophia, my only love. Sophia Weston and Lady Bellaston's in Grosvenor Square. Run, fool, hire us at once. I'll kick my back.
Oh, sir!
I cannot attend you now, madam. I'm called away.
What? Would you leave me this den of madmen?
With pleasure, madam. I'm telling an idle conversation with you. And also safety, lady, was all I loved.
Well, she must be here. There's not another inn for miles. This? Her initials. Hey, Jack. She is here. Landlady. She's a lady who dropped the handkerchief.
It must have been one of those ladies of talk.
In which room?
No, sir, they have just departed on the London coach.
A curse upon your English transportation system.
Lovely. Have you seen a young gentlewoman in the service?
In truth, sir, I've seen dozens on this terrible land.
Aha! I have you now, you boy!
I really, sir, no violence to house we must be kept in state.
Where's my daughter, sir?
Sure, sir, I do not know.
Finish. You're trying to escape without giving me satisfaction.
A moth! You have a moth! Tell me this is, or I'll beat it out of you!
I pray, sir, you will be pacified. I have a muff, but upon my own I've not seen your daughter.
He lies. It's not half an hour as I'm about to embrace her.
Embrace her? I'll have you explode! Where, sir, I prithee, where's my daughter?
This way, sir.
I have the horses, sir.
Let's go case for London. And Sophia.
What, Sophie? You ungrateful wretch!
Not again.
I beg your pardon, madam. Have you seen an angry gentleman?
I am an innkeeper, not a directory of missing persons.
That's not like daughter, you're assaulting. She's more than twice her age.
Is that what takes an honest man gets for trying to help?
Help indeed. That young scoundrel has escaped.
Gentlemen, I cannot stand this noise.
I wanted to go to London on the same coach as we were.
Then follow them, I pray you, and leave me in peace. Take my horses, take my coach, take anything, but take your leave.
At once, we'll catch him.
What? Wait! Would you all leave me? After having self-distressed me?
And if please, you come round with us to London.
Oh, sir! How gallant you are! It is 7 long years since I last saw my husband. Brother!
Sister, how came you in this den of thieves?
I was going to clear by a nice young man who gave me several shillings. But what are you doing here?
I have joined the chase to London. That Father Jones is the fox. And when I find is there, I shall find my daughter!
Merciful heavens! Not with a pistol!
Ah, Susan, I'm resolved. I shall sell this place to chance and then the music as a nunnery.
So now in London, you can tell by the bridge. Excuse me, London Bridge is falling down.
Excuse me.
We are in this drawing room of Lady Bellaston, and this is my Lady Bellaston herself. She is a lady of vast.
No, sir. You do me
honor.
Widow is quite satisfied with her lot.
I've married once already, and I think that once is enough for any reasonable woman.
Upon arriving in London, Miss Sophia and Mrs. Fitzpatrick immediately waited upon Lady Salisbury, who was their relation. They told her of the perils of their trade, and my Lady Belliston was properly horrified.
Lord!
Miss Sophia retired exhausted to a bedchamber, and though Mrs. Fitzpatrick was anxious to retire as well, she was detained by Lady Belliston, who under the guise of friendly inquiry indulged her curiosity.
And is it possible that my sweet, innocent cousin Sophia has flown her father's house and risked all to follow this rogue Jones to London?
Indeed, madam. She perishes with love. She cried all night in the coach. Her shoulders still quite down. I couldn't feel it.
She's still in love with the man, though she found him out with another.
She has convinced herself of his innocence. She feels his personal grace is more than such women force themselves upon him.
Oh, he sounds a disgusting brute. What is he like?
Her description. He has the figure of Hercules, the face of Adonis, and is a very Abelard of romantic fancy.
The Bulgaro. She must be protected from him.
Indeed, she must. The matter of his questionable birth makes the alliance out of question.
Of course. But is there any possibility of his seeking her out here?
I fear there is. She left her address in her muff and dropped where she was bound to see it.
How clever she is in intrigue for one so young. From the country at that. Have no fear. I shall not let him get to her. Rest assured, dear Harriet, Mr. Jones will never get past me.
Mr. Joyce is called out. He desires to see you.
Already? A bit. My dog knows it. You may show him in. I am Lady Belliston. My servant said you were Mr. Jones.
Yes, madam.
And to what, pray, do I owe the honor of this visit?
I believe, madam, that you are related to Miss Sophia Weston.
I am. And what business do you have with her?
While staying at the Inn at Upton, I found a map. Her name and guidance were written in it. I hope to return it to her.
You may leave it with me.
Unfortunately, I left it in my lodgings. My lady would be kind enough to tell me where I can find it. I should be happy to return it.
Oh, God, Mr. Jones. I think you are lying.
Lying, madam?
Don't be embarrassed. I personally believe there is a great deal too much truth told. To lie is not only excusable, but commendable. Especially in the case of lovers.
Lovers, madam?
But people from the country should not lie down, Mr. Jones. They are simply no match for the competition. In a word, sir, I know all about you, Miss Weston.
And did she hear that?
No, nor shall I tell you where she is. She's resolved not to see you, and I have too great a regard for my cousins to assist in carrying on an affair between you two, which must end in her ruin, as well as your own.
Alas, madam, I do not wish her ruin. I love Sophia and would sacrifice everything to the possession of Sophia. Well, Sophia herself.
Well spoken, Mr. Jones. You may sit. No. And now
You flatter me, madam.
Do you mind my saying, Mr. Jones, though your clothes doubtless suitable in the country, are not those of a gentleman in the town?
They're all I have, my lady.
How unfortunate. Perhaps I could be of some help. My late husband had a large and handsome wardrobe, which I think would do for you. Quite nicely.
I cannot accept. Not quite already.
But I insist. I'm not my charity that works for an handsome young man.
But I really cannot accept.
And besides, I can't have you visiting here dressed as a stable boy. And I know you will want to return, if only to bring Miss Weston's smile.
And to give myself the pleasure of conversing with you again, madam.
Nancy, show Mr. Jones my old Millicent's wardrobe and allow him to take what he fancies. I beg you to wait on me this evening at 7, Mr. Jones. You are a diamond to rough. I fancy you would polish us quickly.
Your servant.
My, he's every bit as handsome as they said he was. It would be sinful to waste him on Sophia. She's too young to appreciate him. I shall send her to the theater this evening.
It shows again. You can't leave a country boy alone in the city. And surely you who have seen all this know that it was my innocence, my master's innocence, that the Lady Bellaston played upon. He is not a cad, indeed the opposite. He finds it in his code of honor to play the gallant to the ladies when they seem to expect it, and Lady Bellaston expected it. Even though to the eyes of all but herself, she is far past the age of gallant. I shouldn't tell stories, but they say that she is so old that she has had plenty of time to grow every one of those hairs in her ridiculous wig. And they say that behind every hair in that wig, there is a man that has fallen. But I cannot dazzle you with stories, because my master needs my help.
Boy, we're going to go.
Yes, sir, right here, sir. Are you sure going to Lady Bellaston's is wise, sir?
I must go. She's finding a clue to the whereabouts of my Sophia. Oh, Sophia. Her virtues, and all her suffering on my account, fill all my thoughts, and make commas for Lady Bellaston even more odious. Yes, I must go. There, am I right?
Excellent, sir.
Then I'm off.
You've got them up, sir.
But Lady Bellaston will be detained, sir, and begs you to wait. Oh, what are you doing here?
Sophia!
I did not know you were acquainted with Lady Bellaston.
I only knew her name, which I read in your mouth.
Oh, you found it. I wonder where I dropped it. But by your clothing, Mr. Jones, you seem to have turned into a gentleman of fashion. I wonder how you managed that so quickly.
Let us not, I beseech you, waste one of these precious moments in discussing clothing that is such a long, terrible pursuit.
Pursuit? Of whom?
Need I say? Of you! Allow me, on my knees, to beg your pardon.
My pardon? Why would you ask my pardon? Just because I heard my name bandied about in some vulgar tavern, and you, supping strange women.
Oh, my love, do me the justice to think I was never unfaithful to you.
And that woman?
A mere companion for dinner, to whom I spoke of nothing. with my love for my Sophia,
Oh, Tom!
and of my hopes to marry her.
Marry you? I can't even be seen with you. No one, not even Lady Madison, can be trusted not to tell my father. And should he hear, it would bring ruin on us both.
Ruin? No, I cannot accept base a part. My dear Sophia, whatever it costs, I shall renounce you. I will give you up. My love I shall ever retain, but from the distance of some foreign land where my voice, my sighs, my despairs shall never reach your ears.
I thought, Miss Weston, you had been a slave.
I left early. I got it vulgar. It was called Hamlet.
I should not have broken in upon you had I known you had had company.
No, madam. Our business was at an end. Surely you remember, I've often mentioned the loss of my muff, which this strange gentleman, having found, was so kind to return it to me.
What good fortune! And how did you know, strange gentleman, that it was Miss Sophia, or where to find her in London?
Her name and your address are written in it.
Oh, my Sophia, you're so clever to make sure that all of your possessions can be returned to you.
It was the luckiest chance imaginable.
Thank you so much, sir. The boat has great sentimental value to me.
I believe that in its customary on these occasions to give some reward. I ask for nothing but to pay another visit here.
Well, I can make no doubt that you are a gentleman of fashion. By your clothes, which are strangely familiar. Remind you all I'll never shop for people of fashion.
No servants.
Upon my word, a pretty young fellow. I wonder who he is.
I wonder.
I vow you forgive me, dear Sophia, but when I first entered the room, I thought it was Mr. Jones himself.
What did your ladyship? Indeed,
I don't know what could have put it into my head, as he was genteelly dressed, which is not usually the case with your friend.
I beg your ladyship not to tease me about Mr. Jones.
Why, Sophie, I do believe you are still in love with the man.
Upon my honor, I'm as indifferent to that strange gentleman who just left us as to Mr. Jones.
Upon my honor, I believe that.
Your ladyship's pardon, but I will retire to my chamber.
Well, you must be really at your evening at the play. Let's go out of the way.
Pray, what is the matter with Sophia?
That bandit Jones has been here.
Jones? Here?
Though she pretended it was not he, I saw through her nasal fiction.
You read madam?
Yes, I did. Take this to Miss Weston and Jones Street.
Yes, madam.
I have written Miss Weston the whereabouts of her niece. I can no longer be responsible for her safety. The gentleman is too handsome to be trusted.
You have betrayed Sophia?
And you would call this betrayal?
Indeed I would. She doesn't care a farthing for Miss Sophia's safety. Her only interest is in my innocent master. Oh, she's at a dangerous age. Too old for riding and too young for petty point. Well, no sooner had the note been dispatched, but Mr. Weston was at Lady Beverly.
Where's my daughter? Where is she? Spluttle and kill an assistant, show me her chambers.
Second door to the right.
Daughter! Daughter! I demand instant obedience!
Brother, I beg you, mitigate your wrath!
Oh, so nice to see you, ladies.
But why this sudden change? You were willing to protect Sophia from her father before.
Well, I acted rashly. It is not for me to come between a intelligent child.
There, my lady, comes the most undutiful, defiant child in the world!
My dear Sophia, take some advice from a woman old enough to be your older sister. Heed your father. Obedience to a parent is one of the true joys in life. Spy!
All these little have come to London. I have sent word for them to meet us at your office.
I won't see him.
I say you will, and you will!
Never, never, never! Brother, I must guess! No willingness to be dead, not whipped.
That's not women, that's donkeys!
I shan't. Lady Featherstone, upon my word, you want Jones for yourself.
My dear cousin, you are still using my home as a refuge from your husband. And if you wish to stay, I urge you, say no more.
Oh, Partridge, I don't know what to do. I've received 3 letters and many hours from Lady Featherstone entreating me to wait upon her this evening.
That is a dangerous sign from a woman of her reputation.
Why won't leave me alone? You like mine as a curse.
I pity you, sir.
I dare not be uncivil to Lady Featherstone, for that she would deny me entry into her house. Then I would ask my Sophia. But if I do entreat her, and my Sophia hears of it, she would think me unfaithful to her.
It is a pretty pickle, sir. I have it. Proposed marriage to Lady Featherstone.
Marriage? Are you mad?
Indeed, the opposite, sir. If you attend Lady Featherstone as a friend, she shall find you charming and you shall never be rid of her. But if you propose marriage to her, she shall think you a fortune hunter and you shall be free of her.
Amazing! Most excellent, Partridge. I'll write her at once.
No, Mr. Jones, madam.
Mr. Jones! Marriage? Fortune hunter! He is an unmitigated villain. Take this at once to Miss Weston in Jermyn Street and tell her to make the best use of it as she can. And if Mr. Jones should call, I am not at home. Ever.
Excuse me, is your lady at home?
Not to you, sir.
A day it worked! That clever Partridge must be rewarded. And Miss Sophia, is she here?
Miss Sophia is gone, sir.
Gone where?
I'm sure I will, sir.
Oh, a box on Partridge!
Sir. Sir.
Hi, madam.
You are Mr. Jones, I believe.
I have that misfortune.
I must not be seen. Sophia has been spirited away.
Yes, I know. But where?
She's being held at your aunt's house in Jermyn Street.
Thank you, madam. All is no loss. I can find you again. Blessed are you for a saint.
I must not be seen.
You there! You, sir! Who's that lady you were speaking with?
True, sir, I do not know. Why, sir, I think we know each other.
Ah, from Upton. You're Mr. Jones.
I am.
What a fortunate meeting.
I'm glad you've forgiven me for that foolish quarrel.
Indeed, sir. Our quarrel is forgotten. The fact that you insulted me means nothing to me, man. I have today a far better reason for killing you!
But why?
That lady with whom you just had a rendezvous?
Yes?
That was no lady.
Girl, believe this.
That was me why?
started it.
You killed him! Mary!
Jail with him. You'll hang for this.
Will someone please help the gentleman?
You helped him. I give you out of him. Out for you, sir. I'm ready to wait before they hang you.
Take him to, sir. Or an undertaker. As for you, sir, the Newgate prison.
Oh, I'm a happy man. I come to London to sink to the depths, and I made it.
Oh, it was terrible. My innocent master, set upon by that wild, jealous Irishman. And surely you who have seen all of this know that my master had nothing to do with Mrs. Fitzpatrick. And Mrs. Fitzpatrick herself acted only from the kindest of motives.
Are you Mr. Jones' servant?
I am, but you'll have to wait. You see, I'm busy. I left them. They took Mr. Jones. Oh, it was terrible. There were ruffians and villains, and my innocent master, not even a private dungeon.
You please, sir. I have a message for Mr. Jones.
One moment, please. I went to the inn where they took Mr. Fitzpatrick, and the doctor says that he's dying.
What a talkative rogue you are. You may take the message or not as you choose. It is for your master. From Miss Sophia.
A note from Miss Sophia. Perhaps that will lift his spirits. I have something for you, sir.
Here, you can't give the prisoner anything. It's just a message. It might contain a concealed weapon.
Would he be allowed to read it to me then?
From a distance.
It is from Miss Sophia. It is from Miss Sophia.
Oh, Sophia, how sweet! A note to bring me courage in my hour of despair.
Sir, my aunt has just showed me a letter from you to Lady Bellaston containing a proposal of marriage. This only proves the constancy of your love for me. I now only wish that your name may never more be mentioned to Miss Sophia Weston.
Oh, Partridge, you and your proposal of marriage.
We all make mistakes, sir.
Here, give her that. She's at Westminster Jermyn Street. Tell her I love her. And I'll be here if there's an answer. I'll also be here if there isn't.
Excuse me, sir. Is this Miss Weston's house?
Yes, I'm just going there.
I beg you, sir. I am not welcome in this house, and I entreat that you would give this message to Miss Sophia. It is from another Mr. Jones. Yes, they've had a bit of a misunderstanding. A love spat, and my fault entirely, and perhaps this will clear things up.
I shall take care of it, thank you. But where is the Mr. Jones? Please answer.
In Newgate prison, sir. Most unfortunate event. He was set upon by a mad, jealous Irishman, and now the doctor says that Mr. Fitzpatrick is dying. My master's sure to hang, so you can surely see the importance of this message.
Oh, indeed. And where is the unfortunate Mr. Fitzpatrick?
With the doctor, sir. No good will it do him. In the inn 2 streets down.
Thank you, I shall take care of it.
Thank you, sir.
Ah, son-in-law, you're coming good time. We'll have him persuaded you today.
Yes, my uncle shall be here any moment, but as for me, I have some further business to attend to before I can give myself the pleasure of your company. But sir, have you heard the news?
News? What news?
Jones has murdered a man.
What's that? Murder, you say? Is there any hope of seeing him? Hang!
The best hope, sir.
Totally roll, totally roll.
Instead of being the pack out of the way, what further trouble can we have of Sophie? Sing hey nody nody,
Totally roll day.
Yes, it is, sir.
Ah, daughter, you're looking piteous a picture of this enchanted day.
Brother, what means this reverse of attitude? I've not seen you so happy since the day your poor wife died.
What would you say, Sophie? Did I give you leave to marry Joe?
Mary Jones!
And he refused you?
Are we not able to marry you?
Would you let him be married little?
I'll not marry anyone.
What? Not Joe?
Not any man.
I humour you will soon pass under. So come now, my dear. If you want not to marry anyone, surely you'll give me a word that if Joe will marry you, and you do wed, you'll marry my choice. This is an important matter to me.
And an indifferent one to me, since my aunt disclosed Mr. Jones' perfidy. Very well. If you like, I will agree.
Totally roll, totally roll.
I know, guess what's happened.
Ah, near Allworthy. All settled. My daughter has been won by your nephew.
Mr. Weston, while I want to see our families united, I cannot consent to a marriage against the young lady's will.
But she has agreed. If Jones will marry her, she'll marry Clifford.
If I marry at all.
Why? Why this change?
Ah, son-in-law. Or so I will soon call you, if all is gone well.
What does this mean?
Trial is to begin within the hour.
Trial? What trial?
Jones has murdered a Mr. Fitzpatrick. He will surely hang.
Tom! A murderer! So that's why. Fitzpatrick? Commander of Cousin Harriet's husband? If so, Mr. Jones is indeed unhappy for our family.
I'll not believe it. He's a rogue, I grant you, but not a murderer.
Come, let us go to the trial. He's trying to escape his fate. I promise you that.
Fitzpatrick, eh? Very well. The ruling shall hang at sundown.
Your Honor, it was not murder!
Yeah, quiet! I would have no disrespect for the dignity of this court. Get them along and bring in the next murderer.
Do you see no witnesses?
If you insist, will it always take so much time? What witnesses are there?
Aye, sir, I saw the whole thing. Mr. Fitzpatrick fell upon my innocent master. My master was only defending himself.
That's not true! I was returning to my Lady Johnston when I found this villain Jones set upon that poor man and run him through!
Yes, well, I've heard the evidence. And I now rule Tom Jones shall hang at sundown. Get them all out of here.
Not fair! Not fair!
Ah, of course it's fair. If he killed a man, he must be punished.
Aren't you quite Allworthy of Somersetshire?
Yeah.
Last time I saw you, you were sick.
Oh, my doctor says I must have rest.
Why do you want this boy to hang? I should think you want to watch the whole thing up.
You impugn my honor, sir. It's well known I respect the law, and I owe the grudge.
Well, if you don't care, I don't care. Hang at sundown, get them all out of here.
Wait!
What now? What now?
I have evidence in this case. Material evidence.
Delays, delays.
Upon my word, that's Miss Waters.
What, you know that woman? Miss
G.J. Jones!
I was. I'm Mrs. Waters.
You? Jenny Jones? Mother!
Order! This is a murder trial or a family reunion?
He has not committed murder, and I am not his mother.
Not my mother?
You will remember, sir. I told you long ago you would one day know this child's true parents. Do you remember 20-odd winters ago when a man called Summer visited your home?
Winter. Summer. Oh yes. I was disliked him and I was not sorry when he's killed by a runaway horse.
Indeed, sir. But your sister, Miss Bridget, was, I may say, overly fond of him. Just before his fatal accident, they were secretly married.
Why did she never tell me this?
Knowing your displeasure with the man and your reputation for goodness, she was afraid to tell you. Shortly after his death, she found herself with a child. You at this time were confidently called away to London. Miss Bridget engaged me to attend her at the birth of the baby. I took the baby to my mother's house, and upon your return, at her request, placed the baby in your bedchamber.
Then he's indeed my nephew?
And technically speaking, not a foundling at all.
My boy!
Not a family!
An excellent match I've always said.
I should have told you long ago, but only today did I realize what necessary was when you sent your emissary to me.
Emissary? I said no emissary.
He sadly came from you. This man came to the inn at which I lodged, and mistook me for Mrs. Fitzpatrick. I cannot imagine why, as the gentleman and I had only a nodding acquaintance, but it happened we stayed at the same inn. He said that Mr. Jones had murdered my husband, and he said that you, sir, would assist me with any money I needed to carry on a prosecution against Jones.
But why should he want to hang his nephew?
I didn't know he's my cousin, Your Honor. Nor did I send anyone to you, madam. What does this man look like?
It was he!
I never saw that woman in my life!
What, Billy? You would hang your own cousin?
I protest, sir. He didn't know he's his cousin.
But he did. It was in the message that I brought you myself from Madame Nicholas. They dined in Salisbury. They were her last words. She said, "Tell my brother, Paul Jones is my son."
How come you, sir, not to deliver this message?
Your worship must remember, sir, that you were at the time ill in bed, and I, being in a violent hurry, as indeed I always am, delivered the message to Mr. Blipper, who swore that he
You Billy! You conceal this fact?
I had no such intention, Uncle. It merely slipped my mind.
Quit my sight, you blackguard. Let me never hear your name again.
But Uncle!
But there's still a question of murder for which I am already past sentence.
How can we outside the thing up? After all, boy's my nephew.
If you come to me earlier,
But my lord, have you seen the corpse?
No, that's always so unpleasant. And besides, we've wasted too much time already.
One moment more, please. My lord, Mr. Fitzpatrick.
My husband? Be quiet, maybe you disappear.
Your gentle hair.
Then you are not dead.
No.
That's very important evidence.
The doctor who attended me was young and inexperienced. When he told me I would die, I regretted the rash temper. And to what strait it had led this man, who surely has been evil. And I regretted the behavior of my wife, whom I've certainly after the beat. I want to mend me ways, if she will have me back.
Oh, Fitzpatrick.
Harry.
Archie, case dismissed. Get them alive and bring to the next murder.
Wait a minute! Still one thing here to be settled. You, Tom, now my heir.
You are too good to me, sir. Too good.
Oh, well, I always have been, but now you are my heir. I cannot think that Mr. Weston would have an objection
Oh, I always loved the boy. To her, Tom. Go to her.
I'm in all things obedient, Father, but I do not wish to marry Mr. Jones.
That's a woman. When I forbid her to marry, it was nothing but sighing and whining in her belly. Now that I'm for it, she's against it.
Give me, madam, and make me the happiest man alive.
Sir, you have been so inconstant, and in so frequently, and in so short a time.
I had no hope of ever being able to throw myself at your feet as I do now.
I can't hear you.
My proposal to Lady Belliston spring only out of desire to keep her friendship, that I might again find you. Lady herself had absolutely no charm for me.
Outrageous! I shall never do good works for the poor again.
As for the Lady of Dublin, she could have been my mother.
It's true, I always thought she was.
Tell me that I may hope.
What would my father have me do?
Giving her a hand, girl. We missed a week's good hunting already.
I'm in all things obedient to your wishes, Father. And I just happen to have my veil.
And can you marry them? Yes. Mimic is the power behind my calendar.
And so you see, our story ends happily, with lovers united, and points a moral, though I cannot tell you what it is. But it was surely worth your entertainment for an evening, and as Master Shakespeare said, all's well that ends well. And I hope that your lives and loves end as well as our play.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
Sweet.